So as you can see, the mouse is connected to the computer, and here we can observe that it's working perfectly fine. So in this we can see the various components of the mouse. So first of all we can see the motherboard or the PCB, and here we have a LED. Then comes the photo detector or the photo sensor, and these three are the electrolytic capacitors, and these are the ceramic disc capacitors as the component. And then we also have a lens below this motherboard. Coming to the central part, here we also have two resistors, and these are the connecting wires coming through the USB cable. In the frontal part we have the roller which we use to scroll. This is the Z encoder, and these two are the right and left click buttons respectively. Now let's see what is from the below. So here we can see the hole through which the light from the LED, when it comes back after reflection through the surface, enters through this hole, which is ultimately sensed by the photo detector. So now talking about the materials used to make the various components of the mouse, we have mainly the ABS plastic being used for making the outer shells and many mechanical parts inside the mouse. The roller which we can see is also made from plastic, but the outer covering is made from rubber. Both the switches which are used in the right click and the left click are made out of metal and plastic. The remaining electrical components like resistor, the integrated circuit, capacitor, oscillators are made out of metal, plastic and silicon. So the main parts of the mouse which help the functioning of it are the LED light and this photo detector. So the basic general working principle for the computer mouse is, or the optical mouse is, that first of all, when we connect the mouse to the computer, the LED starts emitting the light, which then passes through this lens and is scattered onto the surface, which is thus then reflected back from the surface, and which then bounces back to this photo detector, and it then senses the motion. So while going back to the photo detector, it again passes from this lens, which helps to magnify the reflected light and hence helps the mouse to get more accurate tracking of the movements. So as we move the mouse on the surface, the reflected light pattern changes, and this is thus identified by the photo detector, and hence through it understands the movement of the mouse. So now we will check if the mouse is working completely fine after assembling it. So for that we will connect it to the computer, and this notification is the confirmation that the mouse has connected properly. So now we can see that we are able to use the mouse perfectly fine